Martell thought he was going to cheat in peace. Okay, so that's what it is, y'all. Martell thought he was going to have as many side pieces as he wanted to. He thought he was going to be cheating in peace. But see, when you made your mistake, Martell, first of all, cheating was your mistake. But then you had a baby. So you took that mistake to a whole nother level. And I'm not saying the baby is a mistake. But now you're showing the world what you out here doing. Okay? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brandon Yvonne channel. Of course, I'm your girl, Brandon Yvonne. Here at my channel, we do fun reviews, recaps, and discussions of all of our favorite shows, y'all. It's Saturday night, so we gotta talk about Owns. Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all. Season 6, episode 31, I think we're on. Titled Family, Fidelity, and Fish Fries, y'all. Before we get into it, please do not forget to hit the thumbs up button. Please do subscribe to the channel. This is still a growing channel. We got a lot of more milestones to hit, so we definitely want to continue to encourage support over here, and whatever y'all need support on, I got y'all too. Let me know in the comments. Share the video where you like to share your video. Let me know what y'all thought of this episode. So this episode was all right. I guess really they could have kept it. Like, I feel like ending on 30 would have been nice. And also like ending with the Houston trip would have been nice. Like, I don't understand why we couldn't just end that. So anywho, also y'all, I am still under the weather, as I let everybody know in my Ready to Love, Make a Move video that I did put up earlier today, that I've been sick all week. I don't get to go out for New Year's Eve and live my best life, but that's okay. I'll be in the house. If my voice sounds funny, it's because my throat is sore still. I'm still congested, so I didn't want to get the video out, so I didn't have to do it tomorrow, and I could just focus on resting tomorrow. And I do have a little bit more energy today, but I'm definitely ready to lay it down. So this video will not be long, hopefully. Okay, but I'm gonna do my best to give y'all what I got. But that reunion trailer, y'all see that reunion trailer? And that reunion trailer was giving everything. Latisha's activated, okay? And Kiki said, and I've been cheating on my husband, and I was like, oh. So I'm more excited about this reunion than I am about this episode tonight. Y'all made me some tea for this video because I was struggling to talk in that last video. But yeah, so we definitely will do a live following next week's reunion episode. It will be, I don't think it's gonna be Saturday night. It'll probably be like Sunday afternoonish. We'll shoot for that. Anywho, let's get this episode so we can get this done. So, episode basically starts off with Stormi talking to Courtney. So they're riding those they're like bikes. One is called like a Spider or something. I don't know like the actual name of those things, but they're really cool. You see people like riding them in Miami and Vegas and stuff. They're kind of like ATV, motorcycle kind of thing. So they racing on them. Courtney said he always beats Stormi on it. Anyway, they go sit down and eat somewhere it's hot. Courtney's sweating. Stormi talking about how she's trying to put the family back together. She met Uncle Fred down on a fishing trip, and he said that, you know, they need to do what they got to do to put the family back together. You can't just sit and hope it happens. We got to make it happen, right? So, anywho, Courtney was saying that, Stormi was saying that I guess the siblings all kind of had a rivalry growing up, trying to get attention from one another. And at some point in the scene, I don't know if it was when they were at the fish fry or before they got the fish fry, but they did show a flashback of Miss Betty talking to Stormi about how when the dad died, they left, all the siblings left her and the mom to basically take care of the dad, and she would have to get up in the middle of the night when the mom would call for her to go take care of the dad. Excuse me. And so now that the mom is sick, and then Miss Betty feels like Lisa, who's 20-30 minutes away, is not helping out with taking care of the mom. Now the mom lives with Miss Betty and her husband, and the other siblings do what they can, but Lisa's not really helping, and she lives close by, I guess. So we see those kind of dynamics in families all of the time, really, in our community and even other communities. Actually, this situation reminded me of my own immediate family when my grandma was getting sick and needing more help. And I lived in the house with her, so I was there to help. But then once I started teaching full time, you know, I couldn't be there all the time to help, but I still was there to help. So I understand that whole situation. I understand both sides because I saw how my aunt felt, and then she would try to get her siblings to help, and they weren't very helpful. So I get it. So anywho, so anyway, we see Stormi's talking to Courtney about it. Courtney's like, well, who gonna do the fish fry? Stormi was like, well, I was hoping you would come. Courtney said, no, get somebody else to do it. He not going. She wanted Chase to come. Is that his name? Chase, the baby. But he said, no, he don't want to come. I said, Courtney said he ain't going down to Kimmie and Maurice's barbecue. He ain't going down to Stormi's family fish fry. He ain't going to none of the cookouts. Get somebody else to do it. So we see Stormi ride down with her cousin Butter. That's the name they put on the screen, y'all. I promise y'all, that's the name they put on the screen. So they ride down to Mississippi. Now, I don't know how far is Huntsville from Mississippi. My southern state, Brandy Yvonne channel family, let me know. How far is Huntsville from Mississippi? Because I do not know. I'm assuming it's not that far of a drive. I know a lot of states are easy to cross lines, unlike where I live. So anywho, they're talking about it in the car, getting the ants together. So they get down to the park, I guess, for the fish fry. And Stormi greets her grandma. I think she calls her Mama or Mima or something like that. I call my granny, okay? So she greets her granny. And she said, well, we're going to do something different. Because Stormi was sharing that, you know, our family used to do the fish fries back in the day. They used to have a good old time, okay, on a Saturday. My family used to do the Friday fish fries back in the day, too. Good times. So anyway, so she told the grandma, like, that's going to be something different. I'm going to make the fish this year. So the auntie was like, pulled her card. She was like, girl, I can tell you already got it twisted because you said making the fish. And she was like, oh, what's it supposed to be? She's like, it's supposed to be frying the fish. I'm like, yeah, Stormi. Nobody says they're going to make the fish. You're going to either fry the fish or cook the fish, Stormi. Let me tell you, they start getting all that fish fry stuff together. They, you know, Mama Betty got right in. She pouring the oil in. They get it together. And Stormi looking over there like she don't know what to do. Stormi says she didn't bit off more she can chew. She don't know nothing about this. I can look at Stormi and tell she didn't know nothing about frying no fish. I already knew Stormi was not a fish frying type of girl. I can tell you that. Now, I'm wondering what kind of fish they going to have. Like, is it going to be catfish? What we going to have? Tilapia? We going to have perch? Red snapper? What we going to have? Okay? Please don't give me no catfish. I am catfished out. Y'all don't know how much catfish I had to eat growing up. Thanks to my dad, okay? My dad's from Louisiana. So, we ate a lot of catfish, a lot of fish and chips, a lot of crawfish. So, I'm all catfished out. Please don't give me no more catfish. No more. Anywho, so she trying to get the family together. Stormi go pull her mama aside and Miss Lisa. Now when Miss Lisa came, Miss Lisa was like, girl, you done brought storm. You done brought storm over here, girl. It's starting to rain and whatever. And she was like, Stormi's like, girl, I'm gonna pray it away. I'm gonna pray it away. So then the storm really did come because, you know, it rained on a drop of a hat over there down in the south. I know in Wichita, when we used to go visit our family out there, it would do that as well. So, because she's asking Mama Lisa, like, girls, y'all good? They was like, no, we good, we cordial, we speak, we good. They didn't see each other since the last blow up or whatever. So, Stormi, it started to rain, so they had to literally pick everything up and go. Now, the one thing I did appreciate about this scene is that it was very authentic. It was very authentic. So it started to rain, so they had to pick up all the fish fry stuff. And she said they was gonna go to the Life Center and finish up the talk. Now I'm assuming that Stormi had already rented out the Life Center based on knowing that it could possibly rain, but I don't know. So anyway, in her confessional, Stormi said, you know, it's raining. She feels like the sign is there. She said the presence of the Lord is here. Okay. She said she can feel the presence of the Lord and is here. I thought she was going to sing a praise song. Y'all know the song by Brian Cage. I thought she was going to give us the whole bar, but she didn't go there. I would do it right now if my voice wasn't messed up, y'all. Anywho, we got a praise break another time, y'all. So, you know, she talked to the family. Now, mind you, she wanted to pull the mama and the auntie aside privately, but now we're in front of the whole family again, or the main people, the aunties, the uncles. There was a Tyrone and his 2 kids and somebody else, Fred, Uncle Fred. It's always an Uncle Fred. So anywho, so she's asking them, you know, she said she wanted to finish the conversation. She's like, okay, Mama, what do you want? Mama Betty said she just want a weekend of Lisa's time to help with Mama. That's all she wants. Lisa says she works. She the only one of the siblings that work. And so she deserves a little me time. Sounds very familiar. She said also her husband works out of town. So when he come home on the weekend, she want to be with her husband, okay? Miss Betty said, you don't think I want to spend time with my husband too? Lisa said, your husband right there in the bed with you every night. She was like, yeah, but Mama live with us now, so what we gonna do? So Miss Lisa like, what married people do? How loud y'all about to be? So Lisa's like, get it in when you can, girl. I was like, I know that's right. So anyway, they kind of going back and forth. Betty's like, girl, I'm not trying to come at you, this kind of way. Like, Betty was actually pleasant and not aggressive as she usually can be. So I appreciated that about Miss Betty that time. So anywho, Lisa was the one to get a little rah-rah. And so, Miss Betty says she is tired. She feels abandoned is what she do. Because Stormi asked him to give a word or something. So anyway, ultimately Lisa said, okay, she could give a weekend. Betty was good with that, right? And so they was like, okay, cool. We made some progress. We're going to hug it out. Everybody tried to give a group hug. Lisa said, no, I'm good. I'm going to go here and hug my mama and I'm out. So Stormi was happy with the progress they made. Okay, girl. That's progress. We're going to take what we can get. Anywho, we see, at some point we get a short scene with Mel going to visit the Fletchers, telling them how well they did on the Houston trip. And she didn't been on trips with this group before. They didn't go well. Chris gonna say, oh, Vegas wasn't good. Chris, stop watching the show, but he always throwing some shade. So they show flashback scenes to that. Mel talk about that Gatlinburg trip. I forgot about that trip in the cabin when LeBaric and Martell was getting into it. I forgot about that. Where is LeBaric? So anyway, Chris and them were having like a backpack drive at the daycare. And so Mel lets them know that Martell wants to meet up and she'll know what it's about, but she gonna see what, because, Martell can be slick and whatnot. So, we do see Mel and Martell go meet up at like a coffee shop, I guess, or something. Now, Martell's dressed to the nines in his suit, and Melody came in her freakum dress. Okay, y'all can't tell me nothing different. Melody said, let me come show Martell what he been missing. That's what she was giving. Okay, you was cute, Mel. Anywho, he bought her some tea or whatever. They sat down, he had flowers on the table. She's like, who are those for? And so, I can't even do a good male voice right now, but I'm gonna try. And so he's all there for you. She was like, that's very inappropriate. And so she was like, is she dating Sheree? He said, no, he's single. Now we know he ain't dating Sheree, girl. That was all for TV. So she's like, okay, well, I'm dating somebody, so it's very inappropriate. She's like, give it to the kids. And then he's like, okay, that's good for you, dating. Good for you. So then he gonna say in his confessional, like, oh, I'm tired of Mel coming in here negative. I'm trying to come in here right. But she coming in here negative. Like, how was she negative? How? So anywho, Martell basically goes on to tell Melody that, he brought her there today because, they kind of got into it in Houston and they've been on a good note, co-parenting, and the last court date went well. Now, mind you, he stops and puts his head down to laugh as he's talking, so I know he knew he was coming with the bull. So he's like, oh yeah, we've been communicating, we've been doing good, we've been texting, and I talked to Chris and he said that you said you didn't feel protected at times, and I don't ever want you to feel feel like you're not being protected by me. I want you to be able to be cool, let your guard down around me and all that. And so Melody basically was like, that's never gonna happen. No. And so she said, you were acting childish and going back and forth with Miss Nell in Houston, and you're being an agent of chaos, and that has shown that you have not, grown up. And so they're going back and forth, same old man, the Martell talk, and we really didn't need this scene, but I guess we got it. She said that he is the reason why, there's so much things on the internet about her, and he is the one putting the battery in people's bags and giving people permission. Now, I was wondering if this is before or after the whole revenge PRN situation. I don't know. It seems like they were kind of hinting to it. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they'll bring it up at the reunion. We'll see. So she was like, you're the one giving people permission. You're the one doing all this. And so he was like, I know, I'm sorry. And then he was like, you know, but can we, he just trying to move forward and all that. And so then he was like, after this, I don't want you to leave here, you know, not being cool with me or nothing like that. So she was like, I'm gonna be fine with you. Like, you don't red space my head like that. Like, you good. So he was like, okay, well, why can't you forgive me? Like, why can't you move the hate in your heart for me? And she was like, you don't get to dictate how fast I move on or what, you know, how fast I forgive you or anything like that. I was like, I know that's right, Mel. Like, how dare you, Martell? He wants so bad to be forgiven by her so he can clear his conscience. And she ain't gonna give it to him, and I don't blame her. And he wants her to let her guard down. Like, no. Anytime Mel has let her guard down with you, Martell, you have slapped it back in her face. Okay, every single time. Even with the Destin trip. After that, y'all was arguing and fussing because you come with the bull. Every time this lady tries to be nice with you, tries to move forward, you take her 2 steps back. So I don't blame Mel. I really don't. He was like, yeah, if I would have known, you know, what I did, he would have like caused all this and ruined all this, and you know, it's affected the kids and their decisions and the schools and all that. And I was like, well, we tried to tell you, like, what? And she was like, what do you mean you didn't know if it's gonna affect all that? She said, what you thought I was gonna sit around and be Mary Poppins? I was hollering at that part, y'all. And I'm like, yeah, Martell, are you delusional? I said, oh, Martell thought he was gonna cheat in peace. Okay, so that's what it is, y'all. Martell thought he was gonna have as many side pieces as he wanted to. And he thought he was gonna be cheating in peace. But see, when you made your mistake, Martell, first of all, cheating was your mistake. But then you had a baby. So you took that mistake to a whole nother level. And I'm not saying the baby is a mistake, but now you're showing the world what you out here doing. Okay? So, no, you're not going to just get to, of course, what would you think's going to happen when you cheated? He probably thought he wasn't going to get caught, and he probably thought Mel was just going to stick around. And he thought he was the shit, and you not. So anyway, so Mel was like, what? Like, come on. So then, somehow they got him topic of the rings. She's like, why you got that ring on that I gave you back in 2008? And he was like, why you got that ring on that I gave you back in 2010? She's like, first of all, no, you didn't. I got this ring a year ago. And then he said, oh, okay, you got the memo. Negro, please. So anywho, she was like, okay, so why you got that ring on? He said, wishful thinking, I guess. She's like, he said he's trying to manifest. Oh my gosh. So she said, you manifest into the future, not the past. She was like, since you said our relationship wasn't good and all that. He said, no, it was good. It was good. It was successful. And then they got on the topic about how he was saying she cheated in hotels and all that. And then he tried to say he didn't say it, which you did. And I wish they would have ran the tape because that's exactly what you said last week in Houston. Or 3 days ago, as Mel just said. Anyway, she said she got to go. She got a flight to catch. He's like, oh, man, see, why you got to do that? Why you got to be difficult? She's like, how you being my dear difficult? You just don't like what I'm saying. And you can't, just because it's my truth, you can't dictate to me. And so then he's like, all right, man, whatever, I'm going to let you go. She's like, give my kids these flowers. Tell them they came from mommy. And then he's like, why don't you send them some? And then she's like, well, I do send them something. I send them food sometimes to your house. He's like, oh, why you got to try to make me look bad? Da, 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 da. I mean, it's not surprising that man would have to send Martell food to the house. It's really not surprising this man couldn't even find his own place to live. He damn near barely got another house to rent. It ain't surprising. It's really not. Anyway, moving forward, so we can wrap this dang video up. We got Kimmie and Maurice going on a date night. They're going to the hotel that Maurice had took her on to a date night. Was that last year or year before last? Anyway, or last season or whatever. So, you know, she got the room all nice for him. She was in that red hair with her white on. It was cute. She basically wanted to thank him for everything that she went through with the cancer. He was there every step of the way, every chemo treatment, and She's like, I know you didn't sign up for this. I'm like, well, yes, he did, because it's for sickness and in health, for better or worse. So he signed up for it. So he said he signed up for it. And, you know, she's been so strong and all that. And she then goes on to say that, you know, through the ups and downs, he's still been there. Yeah, I like the stuff he said on the internet, girl. Anyway, then Kimmie says, you know, she didn't really feel beautiful and all the, you know, bad comments she got and people talking about her hair and her look and how she didn't look the same and she already didn't feel pretty and people talking about she looks pale and all this stuff and she already didn't feel attractive. And I was like, who was talking about Kimmie? Like, I didn't talk about Kimmie. I know y'all, my people didn't talk about Kimmie. Now, I'm sure I'm not stupid. I know that there's people who are disgusting, and they probably did say things about Kimmie's looks. But my thing is, Maurice, the man you sleeping with, is your biggest hater, girl. He's the main one that was dogging you on the internet, not us. But that's neither here or there. So anyway, she said she did the sexy photo shoot that Andrea encouraged her to do. Kimmie, you look good. Like, to me, Kimmie never looked any different. Like, she looked the same the whole time to me. She still was wearing her wigs, her little sexy outfits. She still came through. Like, I never noticed a difference in her look. And let me know if y'all noticed a difference in Kimmie's looks in the comments. Kimmie, you were beautiful before the cancer. You were beautiful during the cancer. And you're beautiful now. I never noticed a difference in your looks. And you need to check that man you laying with about who's talking about you, girl. So anyway, she did, you know, showed him the photos. He liked it. And then she decided to put on the lingerie for him. He showed her his stomach. Now, why you got to unbutton your shirt, Maurice? We didn't need to see that. Talking about he got a six-pack he done drew on his shirt, on his stomach. What a marker. I was like, please button it back up, sir. Button it back up. So anyway, he kicked the camera crew out because, you know, they was trying to get it popping. So then the last scene we get, I don't know if I should believe in this scene or not, but let's play along. So we get Marsau and Latisha. Now, Marsau's at their house finishing up the touches, and we do get to see some of the house. It looks like it's going to be looking good once they get it done from what we saw of it. So Latisha come through, and she was like, you know, asking, okay, is this house about to be done? Because the kids have to start school in 10 days, and it's going to be done in time. He's like, when did we start? They started in May. Now, assuming school starts in, like, August and September. Okay, so he's been doing this, what, 3-4 months now? I don't know if that's good timing or bad timing. Anywho, Latisha said with construction, you know, that, you know, you have a certain date, but you know it's always going to take a little longer, but she needs Marsau to get to it. So she was like, okay, I need my house. Like, you got me all disorganized. I need my office. He's like, Latisha, I got this hotel. I got that hotel. I got the gas station. I got your office. I got the stuff everywhere. She's like, I don't care. Like, I need my office. Like, I need my house. I need my office. Like, you need to get it done. You're not making me a priority. She also shared her confessional that being married to a construction worker, you know that your house is like the last thing to get done. She's like, but not we ain't going by that. Like, you need to prioritize. And so she's like, I need my house and I need my office. So he's like, you want the home office? She's like, no, I want my house and I want my office. So then he gonna get closer to her on the counter and whisper, oh, you know, you really turning me on right now. I was like, Marsau, go away with that. Go away. So then she said in her confessional she was not playing. She says the time and place for everything. Marsau be joking around too much, and this is not the time or the place. I said, oh, okay, Tisha, not playing. So then she brings up the whole pregnancy test. Why? Y'all was doing so good till y'all did this. So Tisha brings up the stupid old pregnancy test storyline that we didn't ask for. And she's like, my feelings are still hurt that you would think I would cheat on you, Marsau, and just because I took a pregnancy test and blah, blah, blah. And then so he was like, your feelings are hurt. You're gaslighting me. My feelings are hurt. I had a vasectomy. That's 99%, you know, chance that's not going to, you know, get pregnant. So then she was like, okay, Marsau, you want to make it about you? She's like, well, I don't care what Google said. Okay, I don't care what Google said. Oh, also, side note, they said that, because Latisha was like, the lease is up in the apartment, so we got to get this house done. And so then he was like, the lease ain't never up. He was like, did you ask for extension? She's like, yeah, I emailed the people today to get the extension. He's like, you got the extension? She said, yes. And so then he's like, how's the lease up? She said, it's up, Marsau, it's up. I said, oh, Latisha is not playing. So, if it's up, then it's up. So then back to the conversation about this stupid old pregnancy, right? So, I need a little water, y'all. So Latisha is like, okay. So Marcel's like, oh, it's a chance that, you know, for infidelity, cheating, blah, blah, blah. So then they go back and forth. She's like, you know, if you don't trust me, it's fine, Marcel. I'm not going to go back and forth with you about this. It's fine. If there's no trust, then there's nothing. We have nothing. And that's it. Like, and how do we go on from here? And I was like, girl, what are you saying? So then Marcel was like, oh, this is a funny joke or something. This must be a joke. Like, So then Marcel got so serious, and he looked Latisha dead in the eye. Latisha, have you stepped out on me in this marriage? And so then she leaned against the counter. She said, you know what, Marcel, I can't answer that. I said, Tisha, you better give him back his own medicine. I know that's right. That's exactly, ain't that what he said to her when she asked him? He couldn't answer that? I know that's right, Tisha. Whether this scene is real or not, my lips is chapped. Whether this scene is real or not, I ain't mad at that, Latisha. So then he's like, okay, Latisha, is that the game you want to play? Is this the game we playing? And that's the rules? Okay, bet. Like, she's like, okay, Marcel, like, if you don't want to believe me, you want to think I cheat on you, that's fine. Okay. Moving on next. And she walked out. And he got his phone. I don't know if he was hitting somebody up, what he was doing. Somebody on Twitter said they setting up the scene for next season. It's very much giving they're setting up a storyline. You know, there's things I like about everybody on the cast. There's things I like about Latisha and Marcel. There's even things I like about their dynamic as a couple. Because there's a lot of couples out there like them. If y'all don't want to believe it, there's a lot of couples out there like them. The thing I don't like about what they're doing right now is playing with their marriage. And they finna play it right down to divorce court, okay? But anyway, y'all, that reunion is what's gonna be really to talk about. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Pray for me, y'all, because I'm ready to lay it down and I'm not feeling well. But I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye. Oh, and Happy New Year. Before I get off the line, Happy New Year to y'all. I hope y'all are safe, enjoying your New Year's Eve. I'm gonna be in the bed. It's okay. Send me some pictures, y'all. Send me some pictures on Twitter or, you know, on Instagram at BrandyD24, Instagram, Twitter at BrandyVaughn. Let me know what y'all doing for New Year's Eve. Drop it in the comments. Make me feel like I was there. Okay? Y'all have a safe New Year. I wish y'all blessings and prosperity and peace for 2024. We gonna do this thing in 2024, y'all. I can only get better from here. But anyway, y'all, we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.